Okay, West Coast swing dancers, in this video, I'm gonna give you the top 5 advanced moves, and are these the top 5 moves? I don't know, but there are 5 kind of moves/concepts that you'll see advanced dancers doing that you'll wanna implement into your game. So number 1 is the rock and go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, rock and go. The second one is something like a pop-out. If I use the rock and go, some sort of a pop-out. Number 3 is to change spots in the anchor. Number 4 are multiple spins. And number 5 are things like ducks. But let's talk through each one of these piece by piece. The rock and go. I'm going to give you a key to victory for each one. If I were to dance a basic whip and land in closed position and then lead an inside turn, I have to do 2 basic patterns. If I use the rock and go, this is going to let me bypass the anchor step and go right into the next pattern. So we're going to get to 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Instead of letting Megan anchor, I'm going to rock and take her out of the anchor step right into an inside turn. So you can see this in a lot of different ways. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. I can rock and go and lead into other types of advanced stuff. So the number 1 move you want to pay attention to as an advanced level dancer is understanding a rock and go. Second one would be the pop-outs. We quite like these. So these could be things where instead of doing just a simple roll in, roll out, where we go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I anchor step, I could actually use the first 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a rock and go out of that. However, if we get into those types of concepts, we're going to probably roll in and pop out. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8, anchor step. I almost bit it. Your arm came real close, real close. So what are the things I need to know for this? Well, from a beginner/intermediate level, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This moment on 4 is where Megan's going to anchor away, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that moment, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going to pop her out and 5. Then I'm going to step across for 6, 7, and 8, anchor step. Because we stopped, I had to give Megan the old forearm shiver to get her to go. But what I'd really do in that scenario is I would let her get pretty far forward over the right foot on count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would get her really far over there. So you can see I'm giving her extra space. She's trying to fill out that space, and she's got the energy to go and 5. Now from here, I got lots of different options. I can step her on 6 and keep her in front of me. I could change spots with her to 3, 4, and 5, 6. We could change spots into closed position. What's next? The anchor step. And so number 3 is, instead of just landing in that anchor step there, number 3 is to change places in the anchor. And you'll see this in a high level. So if we used a whip as my workspace, I'm going to freeze on count 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Instead of letting Megan just normally anchor away, I'm going to send her back for 5, or this is 7, and I'm going to change places with her for 8 so we can come out the other way. If we looked at it in a different scenario this way, 1, 2, 3, and 4, I'm going to let her go 5 and 6, and now we've changed to a different side in the slot. So that's number 3. Number 4 is Megan's favorite thing to do, multiple spins. So the ability to spin multiple times. Let's say I'm dancing something, and there's going to be a hit in the music, and it's not going to happen right in the middle of my pattern. I might have to do extra turns to get to that moment before I go. So as the follower, you want to develop your turn technique. Leaders, there's things, once I have a follower that I know can turn well, I don't know what I'm going to do. Megan brought this up earlier, these types of things where I can sneak through those types of things. So you want to develop your turn technique. Another one that's popular is, I'm just going to put you on that side, are one-footed spins, where we set the follower up and we spin on one foot multiple times, and then when you're young, you duck through and do all this business.
Not young.
Which brings us to number 5, which is ducks and dips and these types of things. So it's good for us to have some understanding of what the rules of the game are. So when we talk about a duck, if I'm sending Megan and I'm turning her, I want to pick up her elbow. My rule is this. I want to leave my elbow as high as possible, and I want to go as close to Megan's elbow as possible. Why? Because that makes this duck relatively easy, right? Relatively easy. So Megan, can you talk about what you think about in this duck scenario?
Yes, so it's fairly evident when you're coming into this that this is going to be a duck. All right, so when you're here, you're going to try to connect to that hand so you can tell when you're actually going to need to duck. When you step onto your foot, all you have to do is duck your head. You want to make sure you spin on that foot before you move to the next one.
Bingo, which is why I think turn technique came before this. So
Yes.
if I'm leading Megan in, first of all, she has to be able to do that turn by herself. That's kind of an advanced basic pattern in and of itself. So once I set that in motion, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Look, there's a basic time to it. Now you'll see people that will pull into the drops and these types of things, but you want to kind of think, if I go this way, I pick up the elbow, I'm getting my footwork out of the way so you can see this. So this becomes easy. Megan stays connected, stays connected, stays connected. You know what she does here when she steps on the next step? She still stays connected. That way, when I want to pull her into a drop, there's something actually connected. So if we're moving to the advanced level, you want to know your rock and goes, pop-outs, anchor changes, your spins and turns, your rules for dips and ducks and those types of things. If you want to see more actual moves, we did this intermediate moves list, which is a more hardcore, here's the patterns rather than the kind of a concept. And then speaking of patterns, we've got this cool thing up in the corner called the pattern tree chart. It'll show you how each of the basic patterns, pushes, passes, and whips, build to all of these advanced moves. So when you see an advanced move, you'll be able to backtrack to a basic pattern that you probably already know, and you can download it for free up in the corner. See you on the dance floor soon. Good.